Hi Super Reusers! Today we're going to make a reuse basket in time for some spring celebrations. If you have a tissue box, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the top and clean it off. So I'm taking my scissors and I'm just cutting right alongside the top so that it's clean. Like this. I'll probably bend it back and cut along the sides. I got this old Pocky box and I'm just going to flatten it real quick. Sometimes when you look at a box, there's a space that you see the manufacturer is glued together, and it's easy to just pull that part off, and then you've got a nice flat surface to use. I'm going to make ears for my basket, so you don't have to make it into a bunny, but I thought that since it's a spring celebration, we're going to make this into a bunny basket. And I like how easy chipboard, that's what this is. You can use cereal box or a cracker box. This again is just an old Pocky box that I'm using. What you could do is, if you don't want to go freehand, you can get a pen and draw out your ears like that, and then you can cut the ears out. I might just cut this in half like this and go ahead and cut ears like this. And the reason why I cut it in half is I want my ears to kind of be the same. So now I've got 2 ears. Again, at Sticky, we like you to put your own flavor or flair into your project, so you don't feel obligated to copy. These are just suggestions. Before I forget, we should probably make a little decoration. You can use any of your pens, or if you want, you can have some fun washi tape, or like we did in the last video, I went ahead and I pre-decorated some of that masking tape. It's got bunnies and little chickadees and some flowers on it. I don't know if that was focused enough, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to make them into a fun rabbit ear shape. So I just cut that out, and I'm going to stick that right onto my ear. I'm going to do that one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and staple my ears onto the basket. Another fun trick that I've been doing for myself, scavenging for things that I could use for crafting, is, I don't know if Mom or Dad has ordered something online and then they gave you a return slip. This is just a pre-labeled slip. It's kind of like a sticker, and there's a lot of white space. So I just wanted to show you that as a sticker. There's a lot of white space available, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make some eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those little parts, and then I'm going to cut them out. See? So what you want to do is you're going to go back and forth until it comes apart. If you can see, I kind of frayed it a little bit to push the parts apart, and then you can peel it off. If you think that looks ugly, you can always take the scissors once you've taken it away from the wax and cut that off. Alright, so I had a thought. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to staple the bunny ears to the box like this, but I thought maybe I'd pull the tape over just so that it stayed in place a little bit, and that way it will stay standing up if you're having trouble. Let's see, I'll do that again. So I just take a little bit of that masking tape, put it back up, push my ears down into place, take the stapler and pop it. tape and push it down. So I got my bunny ears in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the eyes and my nose and my buck teeth down here. And if you want to, you can go ahead and use those twist ties and stick them on the sides as whiskers. Or if you wanted to, you could take some more of that decorative tape and tape that on the sides. I think what I'm going to do is probably just use the tape. Alright, so I just realized, I'm just readjusting a couple of things. I just realized that it was orange tape, or orange colored masking tape, so it was really hard to see those whiskers. So I'm just taking a Sharpie and outlining a couple of details. And then I also think that the teeth that I pre-cut and stuck on here looked like it was coming out of the bunny's chin. So just repositioning a couple of my stickers so that the bunny looks a little more like a bunny. What do you think? Alright, so now this basket is not complete yet because I would like to add a little handle to my basket. And this is just from a cereal box, actually. Remember when I took the Pocky box and I opened it? I did the same thing to a cereal box. Here, nice and flat. And then I just cut the length of one of the things and cleaned it up. So that was how I made my handle. And if you don't have a cereal box at home, don't panic. You can use any material. You don't have to use chipboard. You can use a ribbon. I just didn't have ribbon at home, and if you don't have ribbon, you can use a shoestring. We just had sandals. I had a cereal box. I just decided to use this. So again, you can use whatever, and that's the point of this, is to look for things in your recycling bin. Now I can easily put this on with a stapler like I had the ears, but I thought I would take this opportunity to teach you guys how to make your own brass fastener at home if you don't have one. So I have some buttons that I got off of a old craft project, and this twist ties that we got from our carrots, I went ahead and I stripped the purple wax part off of it, and I just wanted to show you that you could easily take that wire and slip it into your button to make a makeshift brass fastener. I'm going to so I'm going to need 2 of the brass fasteners, so I have 2 buttons, and this is from a craft project, that's why the buttons are really big. But if you have old buttons from a sweater, like this sweater came with extra buttons, so I would just go look for those type of buttons, and then you could do the same thing. Once you've got your brass fasteners, button fasteners ready, you will maybe again ask mom or dad to help. You can kind of pop a hole very easily. I just use the tip of a pen to stick a little hole here, and again a little hole here. Can do that to the box, and do that. You're not going to need the holes to be very big because the wire is going to just be fed in. So I'm sticking both of the wires into the first hole, then finding the one on the tissue box like that, and then flaring them out away from each other inside. And then my handle can easily go forward and backwards. So now that we've got the handle on our basket, let's fill our basket. I know that you're used to getting this type of grass to stick into your basket. I only have this from a box, it's very small, filling in a box. So what I thought is I would look for stuff around the house. I have some old newspaper and I could easily crunch this up and stick it in here so you have a little bit of a bulk. And then if you wanted to, we bought some garlic, and I think this is the netting that came with it, so you could use that as nesting. But if you didn't like that look and you wanted something a little more traditional like this, I have a suggestion. You could use, so I saved the old colorful chocolate bar wrappers, and I have this tool in my kitchen. Now I don't know if Mom and Dad has this tool. I know that at the lab, Sticky Kids have seen this. It's an herb scissors, so it's used to cut herbs. And if you want, you could use it to cut the paper. I will show you how fun. And if you just did that all the way down, you could easily make this type of grass. If you don't have herb scissors and you just have your handy dandy scissors, it's a little time consuming, but you can easily do it. If you really want that look, you could easily do it. So that's just an idea. Or if you mom and dad have a paper shredder, go and raid your paper shredder. You've got it all right there. Okay, so that's the filling for the basket, and I hope that you enjoy it.